See, but okay, so you're talking about these these silly thoughts. Okay, so I can't talk about that and then go, anyways, electric eels.
Yeah.
Aren't those weird?
Because like how do you both write your jokes? Because like your act is like, there's a bumblebee, and then
Okay, wait a minute.
and there's like a bumblebee, and it
Hold
was
on.
like I was like, what? How you doing, Mr. B?
You're doing Luke Roberts there for a second.
Yeah, you ever see a bee?
He's like, you ever see a bee stick it up a Guatemalan twat?
You ever want to fuck a bee? That's Luke Roberts. It's just, I don't know, observing
Yeah.
silly. I have dark thoughts, but we have silly thoughts.
Yeah.
I just choose to say the silly ones.
Yeah.
You know?
What about you? Do you write?
Dude, I tried like sitting down and writing it out for a long time, and it just doesn't work. I'll go through like ups and downs of like writing a bunch of shit, and then like 3 months of not writing anything, and it'll just be like something will happen. Like I'll see like a 90-year-old man like walking on the street wearing a backpack, like a children's backpack, and it's like that doesn't bother you.
Yeah.
What's an old guy doing with a backpack on? And it'll bother me a lot.
He should figure it out by now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you have to lug around? Like, it's the cane and your wallet, maybe. It's like,
Yeah.
why do you have it's just like little stuff like that.
Old people shouldn't have backpacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to like, like write down old man backpack and then sit down and try to type it out. Now I'm just like, just come up with a couple funny tags and take it on stage. Just see what happens.
Yeah. Because I would have thought you wrote, because I feel like I can see your jokes very like, when I watch your act, it's like boom, set up, boom, punch, boom, tag. It's just like it kind of flows like boom, like out of not. It's almost more. It's definitely more conversational because Mark Normand, you're like yeah.
he does.
But yours, like it, I feel like it follows the same structure.
Yeah, kind of. All the jokes are kind of the same.
It is almost like a one-sided conversation.
Yeah, it's like I get the only say, and
Yeah.
and the second it's put
That's
up against a little bit of scrutiny, it all falls apart.
Yeah.
The second someone's like, "Well, what about?" I'm like, whatever, come on.
Like,
Shut up.
You. Yeah.
Yeah, but all the jokes that I write, it's very like outward. It's like stuff that I'm like, this is bullshit, right? Like I don't like this. This bothers me.
Yeah.
And Ryan's stuff is a lot more kind of looking inward.
A little bit.
Looking inward, it's eels. Eels are outward. Dude, I love it.
I have more jokes than bees and eels. I have other material.
It's all biblical with this fucking guy.
That's it. But you do a lot of in like looking at yourself sort of material.
Yeah.
But it's also very like compromising, where you're like you get pretty dark,
Yeah.
but it's also like you're like admitting this bad thing that happened to you.
Yeah.
Or a bad thought that happened to you, but it's also
Yeah.
relatable.
Word.
So that's fun.
Cool.
It's-
My writing, I'll drink a bunch of energy drinks and just like walk around a room and talk to myself. And then until I'm giggling like the Joker.
Yeah.
And dude, my last roommate, he fucking legend. Guy's a legend. Gay dude, fat as hell.
Tim Dillon.
Just, something going on, but the man. And he would be like, Nick, are you talking to yourself? I'm like, yeah, dude, we're getting after it.
I'm locking in right now.
I'm locking in right now. That's where I did like COVID. You could have the mask on and I could just talk to myself. Now I pretend I'm on a phone call when I walk back from work. I'm like, so what if a trans guy was black?
They make those.
Yeah.
They do?
They locked you up in an insane asylum. That's crazy.
I think so. I think they make black trans.
They make black trans.
Has
It's
that,
like the
like-
new model.
Do you like
Model
write
T.
it? Do you write it down at all, or is it just like
Not bumping that.
all in your head?
I'll jot down like the idea. I'll talk it through. I'll usually just have like a bullet point of the idea, and then I'll write out the punch. And then I'll go on stage a few times, kind of work through it. Then I'll suck, and then
Been there, yes.
yeah, you've seen me suck.
You have a whole show about trying not to suck.
Yeah, and dude, it's 50-50.
It's a good show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That one, I'm glad, because that I just throw up. It's like I'll have somebody who I'm like, this person's gonna be on Netflix, and I'll have somebody I'm like, I don't know who they are, and I think they just did one open mic.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's go. Let's fucking
It's a good mix.
yeah.
Try not to suck at flashback. But here's something I noticed, because you brought this up.
Yeah.
I noticed it with Aldous, but I've noticed it with other comics as well. They come on here and they talk to us, and they find out that we're not our acts. They're like, oh, you guys are like aren't, fucking Jerry Seinfeld and Nate Bargatze up there.
Yeah.
Like you, I guess, kind of a bit up there, but not in real life.
Yeah.
That's something Aldous pointed out. He was like, oh, I thought you guys were like good old boys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have thoughts. We have dark thoughts.
Yeah.
But it's choosing to filter those in and out.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are making brilliant career decisions. You guys are, I mean, just like a tandem of like very likable, very clean. I think. Are you a little more dirty than his act is?
Yeah,
but not significantly.
no,
right?
nothing crazy. I'm not talking about railing Venezuelan hookers.
Yeah.
Luke
Yeah,
Roberts
it's
does.
it's not even dirty.
It's just there's like a little more sass. Sass is a gay way to put it, but like edge.
edge, little
is,
edge and a little fucking point
yeah.
in your the fucking side.
Yeah, Cheney and Bush, and that. You're gonna be doing this big show. You're gonna come back. He's just gonna be like, I bombed the Middle East. I just can't stop bombing the Middle East, dude. You're like, what the fuck?
What's going on over here, bro?
Yeah. But what were we talking about?
It's
Oh
just
no, you're making
filtering in and out.
great fucking like most of my podcast appearances, I'll fucking ruin an opportunity. My Twitter is just a mess. Like you shouldn't, like every single tweet is like I tweeted today at work. Sometimes you guys stay black and be a devout Catholic. Like fucking Hulu's not going to be like, that's our guy, but it made me laugh while I was shitting. And I'm like, this has to be out,
People need to know about this.
Yeah, people need to know
that important of a thought.
Low non sequitur.
Then you're doing just what you need to be doing.
Yeah.
You're doing exactly what you do.
Yeah.
Anything other than that, you shouldn't be fucking doing it.
Yeah, but it's not marketable and it's not going to be super profitable either. You guys are going to be like in the Midwest doing arenas talking about like, jack-o'-lanterns.
Spider webs and fucking candy.
Yeah.
That's what our jokes are. That's what everyone thinks our jokes are, Hayden.
Yeah, I think
fucking
so.
Cotton candy and fucking bumblebees.
I talk about other stuff.
Yeah.
I talk about like how presidents are weird.
Yeah,
There's that.
Yes.
And
Yamahas.
yeah,
Yeah.
jet skis.
I talk about how I don't have a signature yet.
I love
That's
your
pretty
Ferrari
edgy.
shoe bit.
Thank you. That never works the way I want it to.
Oh.
That's one of those ones that I love personally, but it's like it never gets the
It's a good bit.
the crack that I want.
No, it ain't. A Ferrari. It's so good.
And it's all the of those weird stories that I tell on stage about like the Ferrari shoes and the old guy with the backpack. Those are all true. Like I was at the gym and saw that guy, and it bothered me so much that, like your tweet, the world needed to hear about it.
Yeah. No, 100%.
But thank you, man.
Yeah, no, I love your guys' comedy. Yeah, and I think that's like Nate is one of the biggest acts in the world right now.
Big.
And he's also like I don't like clean comedy. I think Jerry Seinfeld sucks. I think he's so overrated.
Yeah.
He's not fun. It's like, shut up, dude. You made a movie about Pop-Tarts? Sick, dude. Fucking kill yourself.
You didn't like the Unfrosted movie?
Yeah, he's like, now he's talking about Israel. He's crying with Barry Weiss. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. No one loves you, Like, by the way, have you checked the comments on any Jerry Seinfeld interview recently?
No, I'm sure it's
everyone's
horrible.
like, dude, you fucked a kid and you love genocide. And I'm like, I like all of them.
God.
And he moves so much weight in this town still,
Yeah.
like he'd be a good guy to not go on the bombing podcast and show him. But fuck him. What was I saying?
You're saying how you don't like clean comedy.
Oh, but Nate's great.
He's great.
He's fucking unbelievable.
Maybe it's just Jerry. Maybe it's just Jerry Seinfeld you don't like.
I could I respect what Gaffigan does, but I can take it or leave it. Like I'm never gonna put him on.
I feel that.
I'm watching it myself. Like my mom likes Gaffigan.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Gaffigan.
Okay, yeah.
But what about Brian Regan though?
Dude, he's like I love the craft. Like I love watching it, and I think that he's in between Nate and Gaffigan for me, and I think he's just so skilled
He's my
the
number one.
in the way he kind of it's like a little house that he builds each joke.
He's just perfect.
Yeah, he's
Dude's an animal.
technically so proficient.
Yeah.
But I want him to talk about anal sex. Like I
See,
want
that's my thing with clean comics. I'm the same way. It's like I totally respect what they do, but it's like you're walling yourself off on purpose. There's like this totally other realm of stuff you could get into with this skill set that you'd murder at, but they just don't.
But that's not them though. That's why you go to Louis to hear
No,
about butt
yeah.
sex and
Yeah.
and you go to Regan to hear about escalators. You know what I mean?
Yes, and I think me and Dante argue about this all the time, right? What's better? And I do believe it is harder to make a joke about a table funny than a joke about anal sex. But I think the peak of a joke about a table is an A, and the peak of a joke about anal sex is an A+. It is very, very hard for the table joke to access that level of funny, in my mind.
The word you said though is better. There's not a better. It's just there's not like one isn't better than the other. Clean or dirty.
No, dirty's better.
You think it's better comedy?
I think the best clean comic can't access the same ether that like a great dirty comic. Like
but a dirty comic can do clean comedy. But a clean comic can't do dirty comedy.
No.
I think maybe there's something to that.
Yeah, potentially, but I think that there's just more funny in dirt, So when you go there, if there's two comics who are equally as proficient, they're the same joke writing ability, same charisma, presence, everything. And one is applying all of that to clean and one is applying all of that to dirty. Mm-hmm. I think dirtier stuff is naturally more funny. So with the same skill set, it's just like a deeper belly laugh. But that could be me.
No, there is something to that. And then I guess there could be an argument as to the great comics can do both.
Oh yeah,
someone like a Louis can talk about butt sex or
the Bible
or the Bible or it fucking
Jews.
Louis
the first half of the Bible.
Yeah.
Louis has jokes about animals that are very silly but he also has dirty jokes.
Yes.
And so I guess a great can dip their toe in all.
Yeah, I mean Norm could do both.
Yeah.
And Norm and Dante like sort of worships that guy, and I'm much more Louis. He said Norm says it's harder and also better to do clean comedy. I think it is harder, but I disagree that's better. But also Norm's the best, and I shouldn't speak ill of.
I love Norm.
He's so fucking funny.
He's in my top 3.